Hello, hello, Plannerettes. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Day 14. Trying to do 14 fingers. 14 of my 30-day mindful, messy March challenge. How are you? Are you good? Type yes, you're good, or thumbs up if you are having a great week. It is Friday, 1 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Let me know where you are tuning in from. What's the weather like here? I don't know if it's my hot flushes or it's just the warm weather. Still, we are in the season of autumn where we are. March is the start of our autumn season, but it is quite warm. And here in Sydney, it is pretty much humid all the time, regardless of what the season is. Now, I do have a poll running at the moment. I've been thinking about the countdown timer. So far, only one vote. So make sure you vote if you do see that. And um, countdown timer, I like the 2 to 3 minute one. The length of a nice song. Normally, I change the song often, something that, we can bop to, ready to plan away with me. I have sometimes done just a 30-second one. Really, it's just to get me ready, get everything, all the notifications pop up in emails or whatever, however you have clicked the notification button. I don't know about the none at all. I have tried just going on, but I know for me, when I watch a live stream and I'm sort of, halfway through a sentence, I have to go back, do it times two to try and catch up. So let me know. Make sure to vote there and let me know a countdown timer, a short 30-second one, a 2 to 3 minute one, or none at all. Say hello to Brenda. So today I'm just going to take it easy. If you have any questions at all, I'll try and answer them. Hopefully, they're not going to be too hard. Pop it in the live chat, or of course, if you are watching on replay, put a Q in front of it just so then I can easily find it. I'm thinking we're going to have a nice, busy chat. So hopefully, if you do have any questions, I can try and answer them for you. It can be something that about your planning, or something about me. I'll try and answer it the best I can. If there is anything that I am unable to answer, I might answer it either privately or in another post. So Brenda is ready. She's got her pen and paper ready to doodle away and get some doodle ideas to embellish your planner pages. And she's also having a pretty good week in South Dakota. Temperature today was 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 21 Celsius. I think that's about what we are as well. Let me see. Normally it's oh well, it's actually still quite warm, 27 degrees. Hello, Starkist. Hello, everyone. Hugs all around. Indeed, hugs, Starkist. All right, I'm going to get some doodle ideas. I'm shopping, or I'm viewing the doodles I used to do in my bullet journal, and then of course any other ideas that come up. Or if you want to, if you've got ideas, I can try and draw them. I am not an artist, but I always try my best. And I do have in the link, I created a doodle ideas inspiration board, or planner doodle inspiration. I'm thinking, did I spell that out? So just click on that, and then some of the things that I like to draw myself, it's there. So if you are ready, I am ready, and let us go. Okay, here we are. Now I bought this little notebook, calligraphy and lettering sketchbook, from my local Kmart store. Now our Kmart, I think, is different company altogether from what the Kmart, I don't think there's Kmart in the US anymore, but it's like a variety store, clothes, shoes, pots, pans, makeup, and everything else. So I bought these two because, like I said, I wanted 2025 I want to inject more creativity as part of my self-care and well-being. And so I thought I'd get these little, so the size is 125 millimeter by 120 millimeter. I'm not too sure what that is in inches, but it's just a nice small one. So then if I am inspired to, either just practice my hand lettering or do some drawings or doodles or just, draw some random lines and, color it in as part of mindfulness. I'm not bound by a big page like an A5, so I don't have to fill it in. And so there's no pressure to try and draw a lot on the page. So that's what I have there. I'll see if I can find something similar in Amazon. But if you just look for, calligraphy or lettering book, I think it's so then the paper is so it's 140 GSM, so probably not a lot of ghosting or bleed through if you are going to use markers and other maybe watercolor. But I think there's specific watercolor paper if you are going to use watercolor. Now, back in 2016 to about 2019, I did do bullet journaling. So these are my Leuchtturm 17. Is that what it is? Leuchtturm 1917 1917 A5 dotted journal. So I started doing this, I think, started June 2017 and followed a lot of the bullet journal accounts on YouTube, specifically Amanda Rach Lee, who, instead of, I think it's Ryder Carroll who started the original bullet journaling, where really, as the name suggests, you write down in bullet point form the tasks, your to-dos and everything else. And then a lot of creative and artistic people took it upon it to make it creative and added lots of, beautiful embellishments to their page. So what I'm going to do, I've already earmarked the pages that I have drawn, specific doodles that are my go-tos. So I'm going to keep going. Let me know if you do have any questions along the way. Now, as for pens, you can use any pens you like. Right, you can just use your normal gel pen or ballpoint pen. You can use markers if you want, if the drawing is a lot bigger on the page. So of course, the thicker the marker, then if you want to draw smaller ones, then it's not as fine print. You can have even like an erasable gel pen. So if you want to try out doing some drawings and you already have your planner page all embellished and are afraid maybe that you might make a mistake, and then that stops you from being creative and doing some little drawings, then an erasable pen or marker might be the go for you, because then you can go, if you make a mistake, you can then use the rubber tip at the end and just erase. Okay, so that's a nice little starting point. If you go, oh, what if I make a mistake? Get an erasable pen or an erasable marker. So these are Pilot Friction erasable clicker gel pen and color markers. Oh, Brenda, why? Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much. And you are amazing. Okay, you are totally amazing. Thank you so much. All right, well, I'm going to get going because I want to try and fit as much doodle ideas as possible. So I'm going to zoom in. I may have to zoom in and out so then you can see exactly where my inspiration is coming from. So let's get started with the first one. What do I have here? Okay, cute little roses. Okay, so these are pretty easy. I'm going to try and remember how to do them. So what I'll do is I will use my erasable gel pen, and of course for the bullet journalists, they do like felt tip pens. So I mean, look at this. Remember how I said I get influenced very highly? So I have pretty much bought every type of felt tip pens, and you got different sizes, nibs from 0.01, which is very fine, or to 0.8 or bold. And so I'll do that as well as we go, so you can see how it looks on the page. I appreciate you doing all of these live stream. It is fun, isn't it? And it's nice to hang out. I was just saying to my husband, maybe when I do find a full-time job, because I have been working inside the house and alongside alongside my son, homeschooling him on my own. You know, we have therapists, speeches, and occupational therapists that either we visit or come in to our home, but I haven't really had the connection in real life with people. So this is, you know, I think that is why I enjoy coming on live, because then I connect with people and chat in real time. Hello, Ronnie Cat. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so the first one is a rose. All right, so I'll first draw it nice and big so then you can see. And all it is, it's just spirals. Okay, just spirals, make it all, you know, a little bit wobbly, so it's like the rose petals is just about to bloom. Okay, so if you do two, and then in between you can draw just little leaf. Okay, again, so just little squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Let's do three. Let's do a little one here, and then a little one there. Who knew that little circles like that and then do little leaves? Okay, and that will look quite nice in the corners of your planner pages. And these doodles are great either before the pen, so if you want to create some doodles before you write in your to-do list, your tasks, your appointments, and then it fills it in nicely. Now here's a little, let's fill in the little gap. So then just smaller ones. So if you just need to fill in some empty spaces in your planner page, then as you can see the difference between a marker and a pen. Okay, let's do three. So that's all it is. It's just little squiggles, spiral squiggles. I mean, we can do that, right? And then leaf here, a leaf there, and a leaf there. And of course, you can color it in. I'll start, I won't, shall I color it in? Let's color it in. I have my Pinterest right in front of me. And so, I'm going to, okay, I may not color it in, but I might just use some colored gel pens, right? So if you have any gel pens, that will be really good for your little ones. And then if you have a marker, see, it's covering my marker on the other side. Let me quickly get rid of the other things there. And then you can go and color in your leaves. I know sometimes when I color in the doodles I create, I go either overboard and it's like, I've wrecked it, okay? And then just, or you can just do the little squiggles rather than coloring the whole thing. Okay, so it's going to be up to you if you just want it black and then with the pen. So that's the first one. All right, give me a thumbs up or type in yes. That's easy for me to do, nice and easy. So just do some circles. Hi, Susan, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. We've just started doing the doodles. All right, so that's the first one that was in my 2017 bullet journal. I'm going to do this so then we can, what's the next doodle I have? Cactus in a pot. That's an easy one again. Okay, so I'm putting this aside. Let's have a look. We'll start off again. Maybe, okay. All right, so the pot. So I'll start off big again. All right, so let's just do the top of the pot. You can make your pot any size you like. You can have tall ones, short and long, you know, elongated ones. You can then create little patterns on the pot. All right, and then for the cactus bit, you can just do like that, like an egg shape, and then the other bit that, you know, how normally it grows from the side, and then guess what? You just do little spikes. Spike, 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 spike. Are they spikes? Who is botanically educated when it comes to cute little cacti? Is it spikes? Okay, and then you can then, you know how sometimes they grow those cute little flowers. Again, you know, you don't it doesn't have to be botanically correct. Okay, and you can color that in if you want. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. Hi, Erin. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Finally able to make a live. I just got out of work. All right. You can go and doodle and create some pretty little drawings to embellish your planner with us. Nice. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Ronnie Cat. Okay. So that's with the marker. And then if you want to use a felt tip and you want just, maybe you just have to fill in a tiny little spot in the corner of your page, okay, and then just a tiny little one in the corner, boop, 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 boop. And then you got to make the little sound effects when you're drawing in the spikes. Okay, so that's a cactus. All right, so then I was trying to, it's hard to draw for me sometimes when I've got the camera. I don't want to, because normally this is how I would draw, but then of course that covers what I'm drawing. Okay, so is that one an easy one? So it's just a little, like a rectangular lip of the pot, and then the bottom one, and then an egg shape on the side. And then an egg shape on the, protruding out. And let's do this one. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so then that's a cactus. And then if you need to do a tiny little one, you've got one in the corner. Right, so that's 2 so far. 2 that now you can add into your doodle inspiration ideas. What's the next one that I have? My go-to are the mason jar or milk bottle floral jars. And you see how you can make them different size. You can have these plants and flowers, I don't know what they are. It doesn't matter because, you're not getting tested on what type of plants and mason jar you are doing. All right, so 2. We've got 2 so far. Rose, cactus. Okay, so the mason jar or a milk bottle, you can just draw whatever size. All right, so there's the lip of the bottle. And then you want either just a lip like that. And then you can have it long and curved like this. The bottom part, just go around like that. I'm going to see if I can put some music in the background. So then all right. So have the bottom of the jar or the bottle rounded. And then to show that it is a clear bottle, just create the other side like that. Okay, and then break, see how it's sort of like there's a break, so then it's saying it's a little bit transparent. And then on the side here, you can do left or right hand side, just draw a couple of lines again to say that it is 3D, and that it's sort of like the reflection of the light. And then whatever you want to put in there, you can just put one plant or one stem or one stick, or you can do 2, however many, and then you can just make something up, whatever floral thing you want. So let's just make these little dots, and then this one just maybe a stick with or a branch with leaves. Okay, how would that look in the corner of your page? That would look so lovely. And then I'm going to use the pen. So I'm just using different tools so then you can see how it would look on the page. So of course the pens are going to have thinner line. Now let's do maybe you had a little what do you call this? Those candles that candle jars that you melt the leftover candles, and so it's shorter and wider. And again, you can create the reflection on there. And then let's just put some whatever plant we want, maybe a daisy that's from the side, so it's sort of like a teardrop or like an almond eye, and then you just got all the petals. What else? Or maybe a daisy here that's front on. And then let's do more of these little, what is that noise? Is that outside? Okay, I'll open this one. Let's just do some leaves. Now again, you can color it if you want, or you can leave it as a pen marking. And then this is how I create a shadow, or that if it looks like it's on a surface. So you want to try and get the bottom of the jars lined up. So see how it's lined up here. And then you just create line like this. Okay, so it looks like it's on a table. And then to create sort of like a shadow-like effect, create some lines that are getting smaller here. Look at that. Again, imagine that maybe at the bottom of your notes. You know how on your weekly spread, and then sometimes there'll be a column that has lines for your notes. You can have that at the bottom as an embellishment, because sometimes putting a washi tape on a narrow column on its own looks out of place. Popping in a mason jar or a milk jug with plants in it coming out like this is a nice little embellishment. Okay, let me know. Do we like that one? Give it a heart. Give it a yes. Got all my. Are you Who's drawing with me? Put me on the. If you don't have your planner handy, just grab a post-it note. Okay. What else do I have? Who loves coffee? Okay. So if you want to, maybe it's coffee time to have some coffee. All right, let's do some coffee. And you know what? Again, isn't this go into, as I said, for those who might have joined a little bit late, in the description, I have my planner doodle inspiration Pinterest board. I'll add more as I go, if when I am getting some inspiration to embellish my page. So I am drawing along with you. I love it. Yes, keep me company. And if you are drawing along with me and you are in my Plannerettes community, please take a photo and don't be shy, and please, I've said this so many times, do not think that, oh, this it doesn't look good, because we are all, like I said, if you go and say this doesn't look good, and then someone sees their work and they think that theirs don't look good, or maybe not up to par to yours, how are we going to improve when all we see is all the pretty ones and not the ones that looks a little bit wonky here? But once it's on your page, right, the old me would have gone, oh no, it went over the other side of the other jar. Please share it in the community. Okay. So Brenda is drawing along, Susan's doodling along, Ronnie Cat taking notes to start back drawing. Yes. And again, that mindful activity. And it's a nice way to also imagine if you start, I'm going to put today's date, so then I know. So 14th of March 25, because this can be your little mindfulness diary. All right. If you then, remember how with the, I don't know when we did the hand lettering drills. You can also have a hand lettering drill. All right. So what's next? That we said that the coffee, the takeaway coffee. Okay. So I'm going to draw it again in with the marker so you can see it bigger. So the lid normally has two little levels, right? So you have the top of the lid, and then the next one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sleeve of the coffee first, because it's normally a little bit outside of, see how it's goes beyond the mug. Okay. And then you can do if you are a Starbucks coffee drinker, again, if you are drawing it, you'll probably be right on top of it more, but because I'm trying to draw it at an angle, some of my lines are not straight, but that's okay. Again, here I am, being critical, but to you, you might go, that looks great, Marianne. And then if I criticize it and then you go, oh, well, if she thinks that doesn't look good, mine doesn't look as good as hers, then that's when the comparison. So we need to see a variety, the uniqueness of each. Like Picasso, you know, you would go, why is he drawing the funny face? It's not even all a line. It's not anatomically correct, right? So but we love Picasso's or the different artists' work, right? Okay, so let's draw it smaller. So let's draw here. Oh, it's coffee time. I'm going to draw myself a little coffee cup. Okay, so then with this one, the lid I made go out at an angle because you know how lids are sort of rounded. And then I'm gonna just draw the top of the cup, takeaway cup, and then if it has a sleeve, okay, and then the bottom, and then if you can put right coffee. Okay, there you go, and you can color it in, and then again you can draw a line at the bottom to say it's on the table. Okay. Hi, Mary Ellie. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. We are doodling away. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 types of doodles, and I am shopping or getting inspiration from my old bullet journal. So I've gone through my bullet journal, how to flip through, and then just I flag them so I can find them a lot easier. So then see how there I put a coffee cup, and then see how you can draw diagonal lines like that, color it in. Again, look, there's my cactus. So you can go and be as detailed or minimal as you want. There's my cute little roses. I've colored it a nice gold color. All right, so let's put this little tab away. Now what's this one? So some recipes to try. So these are a little bit more detailed, but I want to do this little plant or branch. See how just a simple branch can do beautifully. So maybe you've got space on the side, in the margin. So this one I'm going to use 0.5 felt tip pen. Oh no, that's 005. So that's really fine. Let me quickly have a look for a 0.5. Okay, so any felt tip pen, and again, whatever the branch. Okay, and you, like I said, you got to make the noise. Okay. Mary Ellie is so glad to be here and being able to catch your live. Yes, yesterday I went a couple of hours later because why did I go? Oh, because I took time. I think I slept in and then took time to do my morning routine. Okay, so just some branches and then just do leaf. Leaf on the top, leaf on the side, and just alternate the leaves. And then the leaves, see how each shape is different? Because of course, each leaf is different. You can take a little bit more time than I am here. Okay, leaf, 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 leaf. Okay, so again, you can leave it at that or grab your green marker. Let's see. Let me grab a pentel. So you can have a light green one. And see how I'm not even coloring inside the line? It's okay too, because again, the more unique it is, sort of like, I always forget what the word is. I'll figure it out probably tomorrow when I'm doing something else. Rustic. I think that's the word I normally use. The more rustic it is, then it looks like a drawing. We're not trying to make it look like it's digitally drawn. And then if you want, you can also use a colored gel pen so you can mix it up. Okay, so this paper here, it's just a calligraphy lettering book. It's 140 GSM, and as you can see, it's not bleeding or ghosting through the other side. A little bit, if I just see how if I do that. But it's when you're seeing it like that, it's not going to be bothersome. All right, so then you can do one single branch. Here I've got multiple branches, or if you want to just use a green marker and just, you know, maybe it's a so see how a marker will give you thicker lines. So it just will depend on where you are putting your the different drawings or different doodles. So you can start off with a marker and then maybe line it with the black felt tip pen. Just note that if the marker ink is still wet, then maybe like I am now, it's not going right on top because the marker ink is still wet and hasn't dried. Okay, all right, who did that one? Let me know. So Mariella says, ooh, I need to try this. I'm horrible at drawing or doodling. Not horrible, just haven't practiced, or you haven't built the habit yet. And you go back to watch how I did these simple, who was it that I followed? I can't remember who it is, but if we look at drawing, instead of trying to draw you know, a rose, if I ask you to draw a circle, you can draw a circle, right? But if I ask you draw a rose, then you try and figure out how a rose would look like, you know, the petals. But if we just draw in shapes and lines, then it'll be much easier. And that's what I was just doing, you know, like here, it's a rectangle. Okay, so try and draw lines and shapes rather than trying to figure out how to, because our brain will automatically try and do a realistic type drawing, and you know, and then that's when we go, oh, it's too hard, it's too difficult. Okay, Ronnie Cat, Mariella, your art can be great, depends on the eye. Exactly, I was saying, you know, earlier, Picasso or all these I don't know all of my artists and or the, you know, their work, but all these different people and the realists and all these things, right? Someone could go, that doesn't look right, that doesn't, you know, it doesn't represent real life, you know, correctly. But no, it's just beauty and art is in the eye of the beholder. All right, so we've done little so there it is. So see how on my bullet journal, this was a recipe to try. So then I put here, look, there's some peas, there's some butter. So that one I had to try you know, look on Pinterest to get inspiration. Sausages, salt and pepper. So another great mindfulness activity is, you know, if you want to practice your handwriting, write down favorite recipes of yours. Okay, I found another one. I think I'm going to start a separate page now. Okay, now I think I'm going to go and, should I draw on the back? Yes, I'm going to draw on the back because I don't want to waste a page. So the next one, so I'll start with the marker, so you can see all it is a rectangle. Okay, look, doesn't even look at that. See how it went on the side? Doesn't matter, it's a doodle, it's a drawing, it's not realistic. And then right in the middle, put a heart. And then from one corner, draw a line to the heart. And then from the other corner, draw a line to the middle of the heart. And then from the bottom corners, not to the middle of the heart, but to maybe the middle of that line. And guess what you've created? A envelope. And then we can even color in the heart at the back. Okay, so let's do a smaller one. So maybe there's a little space on your to-do list or on your time block. You know how sometimes when you're writing and then you got your to-do list, right? And one set of to-do list is longer than the other. And then sometimes there's space here. Okay, so what you can do, of course, this might be a bigger, but what you can do is then draw yourself a little envelope in that little space, or draw yourself a little rose, okay? Or draw yourself, see, these are tiny little tiny ones, or draw, what did I say? Let the coffee, the coffee takeaway, okay? So if you have, of course, in a bigger setting, like a time block or your to-do list, and then there's these spaces that you go, it looks empty, and you want to fill in that column, then that's when you can draw your little doodles. Every time I say doodle, my husband goes, you said doodle. Okay, so again, rectangle. Yes, one man's junk is another man's treasure. Indeed, indeed. All right, so we have to take that vocabulary out of our word that we're not good at it. We are just a beginner. We will never say to a beginner, why aren't you great yet? Right? Because they're just beginners, they're just starting out. Or if you've been doing it for a while and you still go, oh, I'm not up to, I'm not good, it's just practice. When you play an instrument, you won't know right away. All right, so that is an envelope, okay? And then or the other way, okay, so you got your rectangle, and then you can do the front of the envelope, and then you can do the stamp. So all I did was a square and then did like squiggly lines, like the stamp, and then you can just go bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, so then that's just a nice little one in the corner, or if you some of the doodles that I put on the spaces of my planner, they don't have to correspond with what's I've written down. It doesn't matter. So it's not as if, did I write a letter? No, it's just to embellish my page. All right, so who thumbs up, or who can do an envelope? Now, are you able to do the back of an envelope and the front of an envelope? All it is rectangle and lines and a cute heart. All right, so that one, as you can see, I think these were my gratitude log, and so I'd write the gratitude, I'd add some stickers, and then in the corners I'd put there's the envelope, and look at what I did with the cactus, right, to color in one side only. So if you want to start incorporating color, you can do that as well. So it's up to you whether you want to keep it as line drawings or add some color and color it in. And if you don't know what you want to do or what will look good, then have a little doodle journal and do practice away. All right, so now that's quite a lot already, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far, or 7, front of the envelope. What else do I like to add in my drawing? Okay, so this one, not the face so much, but the speech bubbles. And you can be creative with your speech bubbles. You can have a round one, and then you can do the point. So you can just do the point any which way, coming from the bottom, coming from the side. You can do rectangular one, okay? And then you can put either a nice quote in there, or a cute little sticker, or a heart, or any other, do these doodles inside. Okay, so for those of you that may have just joined, maybe let's do some rows. So rows, remember, one way is just doing squiggly spiral, squiggly spirals, squiggly spirals. Okay, and then little leaf in between each of them. Okay, is this and then like I said, if you are scared to make a mistake, grab yourself an erasable pen, because the top of my speech bubble was a little bit squished, so let's just round that off. Okay, and then same here, you can draw love hearts, love hearts, love hearts, love hearts, love hearts, or any quote. And if you even wanted, if you draw, I'm going to draw it bigger so you can see. Okay, so let's just say it is a rectangular speech bubble. Okay, and then underneath, if you just go create one like this, I think that's correct, right? So it's like as if you know, double lines, but you can create a shadow and then just draw little lines. Because sometimes if you color it in too dark, and then maybe you have light colored writing and you know, stickers and embellishment, block color might be too stark against the rest of your page. But if you draw a little line like that, you have now created a color. And we can put, you can do it. Right? You can write yourself a nice positive affirmation note at the top of your page, or, you know, I'm stronger than my doubts, whatever it is that's going to help lift you up or remind you how good you are and that you are doing your best. So you can draw a nice speech bubble like that, write down positive affirmations that you can tell yourself in the morning, you know, to either continue your great mood, or if you're having a little bit of a difficult time, a little pep talk for yourself, and at the same time, you're making it pretty. All right, so you can do speech bubbles. You can do thought bubbles as well, you know, like a little cloud and then a little cloud, little tiny clouds, okay? Or you can do, you know, like, yes, yes, you know, see, this one is a little bit harder, and then you can just go, you know, little yes, yes. Let's put a yes in there. Yes, I had a big win today. Yes, right? So just that, if you have made a big accomplishment. So it's like shouting out, woohoo! All right? Many different shapes you can do. So if you have maybe at the bottom of your column of your you know, day, like, you know, how if you've got a weekly spread and then you don't do a lot of tasks on, you know, Sunday, then you can go and fill in the narrow column with a narrow speech bubble. And then you can write, you know, if you have a nice favorite poem or a nice little quote or something funny, you know, if you have the kids and they said something funny and you want to note it down. All right, speech bubbles, thumbs up, good. All right, yes, Brenda had said, so far I have done all your examples. Isn't it fun though? But at first you go, oh, I don't know how to embellish any of that stuff. Look, I've got the mason jar there. I've even made little bear. We might do the bear and maybe drawing faces during another live stream, because I've still got 16 more days to to make up for my 30-day mindfulness messy March challenge, right? Showing up on YouTube. All right, so what else have we got? All right, so for those joining, so far we've done that and we've done that. And then again, please have a look at the description. A lot of these doodles and drawings are inspired from what I've seen on Pinterest. You don't have to come up with the original idea. I mean, they didn't. All these things are based on, you know, real life stuff, but just making it cute and adding it to our doodles and in our planner. Okay, there's another one here. What did I miss here? What did I have here? I think it was the mason jar. So we've done something like that. What about this one? I love the paper aeroplane. it is one of my faves. And sometimes, you know, I'll go, how do I do it again? Because then it doesn't look right. So I'm going to draw this nice and big to begin with. So follow along with me, because you sort of got to try and think of, how do I join the lines again? So first of all, just draw two sides of a triangle. All right. You can do it going that way. You can go this way. You can go it going up. Okay. So two sides. Got that? And then we're going to do two lines for the third side, but don't make them join. All right, so it's like a broken triangle where the shorter end doesn't meet. I'm going to move my pens here. And then that end there, we're going to draw to the point of the paper airplane. Can you see it taking shape? Okay. And then there we go. And then this is the bit that sometimes confuse me. So the bottom part of the paper airplane, so the bottom part of the triangle, just here in this little corner, draw a line. Okay, so it's like a top of a tent. So it's like another little triangle, but one side is shorter. Okay, and then just join it. So then you have a tiny little triangle. Okay. We'll do it more, so don't worry if you went, oh, I got lost. And then in this little corner here of the triangle, we're gonna join it up to the side there. And look, it's a paper aeroplane. And you can leave it at that, or if you want, let me see. My desk is covered with you can get yourself a gray marker, a light one, because then we'll color in that bit to represent, like, you know, that it's folded, so it's in the you know, it has a shadow. Okay, all right, paper aeroplane. So you can make it long like this, or you can make it short, but the bit that I like is the little dash line. Okay, you can make it go around, right? And see how none of this, we didn't draw it with, we didn't pencil it in, because we just want whatever comes out. That's how we're drawing it at the time. All right, let's draw it going the other way. Let's make it a smaller little airplane. So again, two sides of a triangle. Okay, following along. Give me a thumbs up if you are following along. All right, so two sides of a triangle. The third side we're going to draw, but don't make them join. Okay, so now this one is on the other side. So again, so this part of the triangle, we're going to draw a tiny little triangle just there. Oh, no, actually, before we do that, doesn't matter which order it is, but let's first draw a line to the point. One there, and then one there. Okay, and then this point of that triangle, we're going to join up there. And see? And then just draw. You can now do, remember how like we did here with the quote? And then the shadow, we just created like little lines. So instead of you can't, oh, there it is. You can see it better when it's at an angle. See how I used a gray marker to create the shade in between the paper, the folded paper aeroplane? Then you can do just lines. And again, because it is smaller, maybe you might want to make your dashed lines a little bit smaller as well. And so, as you can see from my bullet journal, I didn't have anything on this part of my you know, daily page. And then to just fill in the rest of the empty space, that's when I created the lines. So if you have your planner, oh no, my little twinkle lights came off my shelf. So if you have a planner, whoa, wrong way, Marianne, wrong way. Let's have a look today. Okay, so if you have your planner, It's a little bit bright. And then I'm going to draw it here next to my sun's. Let me just see, make sure it's not too bright, because that looks really, that's a bit better, so you can see. All right, so let's do one side of the triangle, the other side of the triangle. The bottom part, we're going to draw 2 lines, not making them meet. And then from this point, we're going to draw a line to the top point, and again with the other side. And then with the bottom triangle here, we're going to draw another tiny little triangle. Can you see? Tiny little triangle. And then just join that with that. And I'm going to draw a line inside to create so then that you can see that it's a little bit more 3D, you know, it's not just a flat surface that's in the shadow. And then draw myself the little dash lines. Okay, so you can either embellish your page before the pen, so as you can see I don't have anything written yet, or let's see, do I have, oh, here's a space here. How about I draw some roses? So the roses. So any little space that you have that, you know, you didn't write anything down, and then you're feeling a little bit anxious, you know, your heart rate maybe is a little bit high. Instead of doing like a breathing technique, you can go and doodle away. And so, or maybe let's do another leaf there, and let's color that in, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So see how I've just filled in blank spaces, and again, if you look for blank spaces, so if ever you need to have a short break, you can now put doodling as an activity. So instead of maybe just sitting down and taking a deep, or you can also of course take deep breaths while you're doodling away, and that will help calm your nervous system and signal to it that, look, there's no danger, there is nothing to fear. Let's slow down the heart rate and focus on something in the moment, which is doodling. All right, and at the same time you get to embellish your planner page. Hello Elle, nice to see you. Need to catch up, or plenty of time to catch up, and we have done so much already. And I've just been shopping my I call it shopping, you know, window shopping my bullet journal from my bullet journal years 2017. All right, what else do I have here that I can having a celebration, and you know, you are not practicing maybe dry March or dry July or dry, you know, so I have actually back in my 20s and even like early 30s before I had the kids, and I'm only 4'10", 4'11", but I used to drink quite a bit, as you do when you're young, so, you know, as some do when they're younger, trying to fit into, you know, groups and things like that. And then probably 4 or 5 years back, I decided I might see what it's like not drinking. And plus, mum and dad, who used to be our babysitter, who lived in the same apartment block, moved really far away, so we no longer had our babysitter for our Friday nights. And so it was like, oh, now we can't go out. And the boys were still little then. My older son, wasn't able to look after the younger one yet. And so I went, okay, good time to have a dry month. And then I actually enjoyed it. And so now I just have one, and then I get all buzzy already, and then I get the big migraine the next day. And so, but yeah, if you are having celebrations, so, oh, I lost the page marker. Let's have some champagne glasses. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a marker to draw it nice and big. So all it is the top of the flute. Okay, now you can either then just do like, you know, a test tube. You can have it like that, and then you can have either just a very simple line and then the base. Okay, that's one way. Another way, so I'm going to do it with a thinner pen. So again, a flat oval. Okay, and then your little tube, don't make it join at the bottom. So have a little, probably I need more space. Let's see. Well, I've got the erasable pen. I can then make that little gap a little bit wider. And then the stem, I can just then do 2 lines. Okay, so if you didn't, you know, that still looks good, just a line, right? And then, but you can also thicken it with 2 lines, and then the little base, have the bottom of this curve out a bit. So instead of having the base start from there, have it go behind it. Okay. Right, so that's the champagne. Now let's do 2 clinking. Let's do 2 clinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them at an angle. I have a dry life, saves money too, exactly, yes. And so what I do now, I'll go take out my husband for his beer, because, you know, we love people watching when we're sitting either outside the bar or the pub or inside. We used to do that one before we got married, and so it's nice to just people watch and, you know, figure out what they're talking about. Ooh, doodles. Doodles led to words. Some emotions came out. Therapy session. Doodles led to words. Naughty doodles. But yeah, so every time I say, my husband goes, ooh, you say naughty word. All right, so we're doing 2 champagne glasses clinking. So we're going to do them at an angle. Okay, so let's have a look. So draw it. I'm going to just draw the basic one with the line. That's probably too angly, but that's okay. And then the other one sort of like nearly a mirror. Let's go. Maybe you can have the angle a little bit closer, but again, maybe we can write words in the middle, see? And then, okay, and then we could do clink, like a clink. Okay, and what you can now do is embellish it a little bit. So we're going to make it look like there is champagne in there. And so what I did is I just created a little flat oval inside, but I broke the back or the top bit, so then it looks like, again, that we're looking through glass. And then we can do bubbles. Okay, and then, you know, like I said, because we made a little space there, we can maybe go and put, yay, congratulations. All right, and then if you want, you can, if you have, will this be the right shade? I'm going to see. No, it's a bit too, but if you can get a nice champagne color marker, you can color it in. Sorry, itchy foot. All right, so then now you have champagne glasses. So that's a nice one for celebrations, New Year, birthday, someone's graduation. I think I have exhausted the doodles that's in this marker. All right, I'm going to keep going because until most likely hubby and the young one come back and have their lunch. So this one is 2018 to July to December. What this is like, ooh, I wonder what I have. Oh, okay, so then if you want to go and you know, note down a movie that you watched, to note down maybe on, you know, Saturday you watched a movie. Let's do a movie clapper. I think I'm going to start a new page again. Okay, so again, all we're doing is we're creating and drawing shapes. So first of all, the main part of the clapper is just a rectangle. And then we're going to draw another narrow rectangle here. See, this is why it's good to have the erasable marker. That looks a little bit short. Let's make that a little bit longer. Okay, now that's too long. So this one, if you know, you go, oh, you have to try and figure out the length of the clapper bit, you might want to pencil it in first. All right, but that's okay. So let me quickly have a look. What is it? Oh yes, and then of course this bit. All right, and then just draw diagonal lines on the clapper part. Okay, and then color it in every second section, so then it has like a stripe effect. Okay, probably the only hardest thing of this bit is trying to get the right length of the top bit, so it looks like that when it closes it's the same length. That's the only thing. Maybe you can use your finger to measure it. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Let's do a smaller one. Okay, so maybe you just need to fit it at the bottom of your column of your daily or weekly planner, and then you go watched a nice movie. So again, a rectangle. So now we're going to try and figure out the length of this. So I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to put my tip of my finger at the end and just going to use my thumb as a measuring tool, and then that's where it ends. So I'm going to make a mark. Okay, so then that looks all right. Yay! Look at that. That looks like if it closes, it'll match up. And then the top of the clapper. And diagonal lines. Diagonal lines. So this is a great one to memorialize the movies you have watched. So I do have you know, a movies printable tracker, but if you have a space and you've just watched a great movie, and then you know, right, and then what you can do again, remember to create the shade or the shadow, is you can draw a line there, and maybe, so this is a little bit more advanced, and then you can draw tiny little lines, tiny little lines, tiny little lines to create a shadow like effect. Tiny little lines. Okay, and then let's say, because I want to watch it, haven't I don't know if I watched was there an original movie, not the recent one, right? So let's just say it. I want to remind myself to go and watch it. I like scary movies, but not too scary. I don't like gory movies. Oh, that's just, but like I normally watch the whole movie like this, you know, through little space between my fingers. All right, so then there's that one. All right, let me know who drew the movies clapper. All right, so what else did I mark on this page? So the movies clapper. Oh, and then you can also do Polaroids. So if you have a cute little sticker or, you know, a cute little memory that you want to go and sort of like box or highlight, and it's in the shape of a square. So all it is a square. Where are we? Square, best square, whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to create the white part of the Polaroid. Okay, and let's see, what can we, you know, you can then, what have we drawn so far? I've already done the rose. let's put, maybe, you contacted, you had a nice email, or a nice letter, and then we can put a heart in the middle. Okay, and then draw. So you can draw a doodle within a doodle, all right? And then maybe put today's date, okay, 14th of the 3rd, 25. Or if there was, you reached a certain milestone. So maybe if you are tracking your how many number of steps you walked in the day, or if you're trying to lose weight and you are tracking your weight, or if you are a content creator and you're tracking the number of subs or followers you have, this is a great way to highlight it and make it stand out on your page. All right, so then there's that one. So what else do I have? Did we have anything else on this page? I think that's it. All right, so no dirty words, just thoughts and phrases. My flower doodles turned into broken hearts. My cactus looked like ghosts, which led to teardrops coming out of coffee cups, and I wrote words around drawings. Oh, okay. Hey, this could be also maybe a therapeutical thing that, these are subconscious things that's in your mind, and this is what, and sometimes letting it out, is much better than keeping it in. So, these might be, subconscious messages that it's good that you're working through it and you are acknowledging it. I don't know. Remember, any mental health issues, topics that come up, just a disclaimer, I'm not, it is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So if you require, advice, make sure to seek professionals. But yeah, that could just be, the things that's in your mind. And this can be doodling. If words are actually difficult for you to come up when you are either brain dumping, journaling, worry logging, you can do it with drawings. So that's good way to, again, be mindful. Are we still all good? Give me thumbs up, please. Oh, I got a thumbs down. Who gave me a thumbs down? Why is it a thumbs down? Are they not good? But that's okay. You can have your opinion. I don't have to be liked by everybody. All right, so as you can see here, there's clapper, movie clapper. You can do TV for TV things. Let's do a book. I think the book. So if you are maybe reading a book, and again, you have a little space in the corner of your planner. Again, so all it is a, yes, very therapeutic. Is that who gave a thumbs down? Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh my God, it was me. Wow, what's wrong, Elle? What did I do? Only kidding. Because Ecamm, which is the live streaming software that I'm using, shows you, because you know how, of course, on YouTube, I think they've removed it. So on the front facing part of videos, you can no longer see thumbs down, because it does a lot to your mental well-being. If this is something you do full-time, or that's you're trying to make an income out of it, and then you see the likes, because that's all. Sometimes this is why it's important we focus on the positive. I had 8 likes, and yet I focused on the 1 dislike, which accidentally was pressed. But so that's why we have to fill our days with as much positive affirmations, what we're grateful for, and wins, because if we're only seeing the negative, it can ruin all the great things that's happening around us. Please, yes, it's gone now. Thank you. Please let me know it's correct now, and no thumbs down. All gone. That's okay. All good. I took my glasses off and pressed thumbs down by mistake. All good, all good. But yeah, but you see, this is it was a learning moment for all of us that we shouldn't focus on the one tiny little negative when we have so much positive around. So it was Elle and I meant to do that. It was a great learning, teaching moment. Okay, so we're doing books. Okay, so again, all you're doing is shapes, and then this little, create a little angle, like it's like as if it's a table on its side. So an angle, and then this is the front of the book. So this is a really thick book, right? So it's got a thick spine because, you know, you might want to write down the name of the book and the author. But then this bit here, to make it look like it's the pages of the book. So instead of creating a straight line, because then all it's going to look like it's a block, make it go a little bit rounded. Maybe that's too rounded. A little bit more curved, okay? Curved like that. And you can maybe draw lines like this. So then it looks like the pages of a book. And then you can draw lines like this. So you know how some binding of book have that gilding. Okay. And then you can write down, because I'm reading the Let Them theory, so maybe once I finish reading it, this is a great way. Mel Robbins. Okay. So then what you can do is you can have books lined up. So let's say this looks like it's on a shelf. So maybe some books on the side. Another one on top. So then if you've got a little bit more space in your planner, and again, the little angled. So again, this is now the cover of the book. So we can draw a straight line like that. And then the pages maybe just a little curved. And then you can do lines. So this one requires a little bit more thinking. How do I want the book? Do I want it standing upright? Do I want it on the side? And we can do maybe, okay. And then you can just draw more next to each other, on top of each other, and then write down all the books that you have read or want to. It's your, your reading list. Okay, and then just create little lines like that. So it looks like it's on a table or a shelf. How good is that? Let me know who did the let me know which one out of your if you're doodling and drawing along, out of your one, which one do you like the best? Because I have favorites. I like the paper aeroplane. That's one of my go-to. So I do that, and my go-to are the mason jar. Okay, so the roses, not these ones. I don't do them as often now, but I like, because the milk bottle jar or the mason can fill in, space upwards. So if you have a lot of space still and you're not going to write anything more, that's a good one. And then also the paper airplane, again, you can cover a lot of empty space if you are filling in your planner pages after the pen and you don't have any maybe stickers that fit there. So you can create little doodles. Yes, paper aeroplane. Yes, mine too. It is really cute. And you can color them in. Oh, and speaking of the little dash line, what you can also do is just create a tiny little oval. Okay, tiny little oval, and then just draw tiny little lines. Okay, tiny little lines, and then maybe just like a heart. See? And guess what it is? It's a little bee. And then we can make maybe the lines a little bit darker. Okay, and it's a tiny little bee. Ronnie Cat said, I fell in love with the paper aeroplane, brought back childhood memories. Yes, I do good paper aeroplane, back and the way I used to make it when I learned it when I was little back in the Philippines is you would then fold the tiny little corners back so then it's it doesn't open up. But yeah, maybe we will do a paper aeroplane live stream and just because yeah, sometimes you know doing these little things bringing back memories is just really nice. And then if you want to do a TV you know track whatever TV shows you have, I'm going to start a new one here. Let's start off first it nice and big, and all it is, guess what, it's a rectangle. All right, and then for the base it's just two little lines, and then you can just draw the stand. Ta-da! And if you want you can do maybe the frame of the TV. Okay, and then if you have a printer, you can maybe, all you got to do is Google the image of the TV show that you have, and if you've already drawn a little TV like this on your page, just copy the image from you know Google and then go and put it into a Word document, and then in the Word document you can you know make the page to whatever size you want. So this one is 4 centimeters or 40 millimeter by 22 millimeter. Okay, and then you can go manipulate that image, remove the keeping it you know the original shape, so then it can be squished a little bit, and then you can go print whatever TV poster you have. But look, a TV, or you can just write down you know whatever TV show that you have watched or you have finished, you know, during that week. Okay, so we've got movie you can do, books tracker, a little Polaroid, and a TV. So many already. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Normally I can hear my son run the hallway when they arrive, but I think they have a big excursion today. They're going to go to Bunnings, which is a you know like a handyman, geez, or whatever they called, you know. We are 3 years apart, but you seem so similar to me. So you're 47, I'm 50. But so we're 70 kids if that were only 3 years apart. So 47, yeah. So I think that's why we all like hanging out with each other, because we're all you know not so much same age, but just we enjoy the same thing. All right. So and then throughout you can go and figure out different doodles that you like. Again, Pinterest has lots. So I've got a few more that I'm going to shop. So look, another book. Okay, so let's for an open book this time. Okay, so all it is let's draw the spine of the book and then make it curve like this and then down. So see how I didn't join it, right? Your lines don't have to join. Okay, so those are the pages, and then to make it look like there's lots of pages, you can then just draw little lines like this, and then maybe the spine of the book, or maybe a couple of lines here. All right, and then you can write down again, you know, you can write down positive affirmations that you are doing your best, and that is enough. Okay, how nice does that look if you have your planner page and that's in the corner? You are doing your best and that is enough. So as part of your morning routine, especially anytime you wake up with anxiety or you're feeling overwhelmed or just that heavy feeling, create some positive speak some positive affirmations to yourself. Even better if you can write it down. And then if you wanted, you can write the words a little bit curved, so then it follows the curve of the page. But that's even fine. And look, we just did that with a marker. Okay, so nice and thick. So again, as I said, depending on how big your drawing or doodles are on your page, it will depend on the thickness of your pen marker or felt tip pen. Okay, 53. Yeah, well, that's the same age. We're nice. And do you know, they said that the Golden Girls, Golden Girls would be Arthur and Rue McLaren. Technically, the ages of the women in the Golden Girls TV series, so Rue, which is Blanche, was supposed to be 51, and they were already in a retirement village, or they retire. It's like, it's so funny how when we were younger, we thought 50-year-olds were, old, like the with the curly hair and then the blue dyed hair, and but our age group now is just like probably what I feel now, as if like the 30-year-olds. So I guess probably when I'm 60 and 70, I would feel like I'm 50. So, and this is why we need to ensure we are bringing in the fun, the playfulness, and the creativity into our daily life. So then on the other side of our life, when we're 60 and 70, our mind is still active. We are still having fun. We haven't forgotten playfulness. Remember how as children, play, for those who are teachers, right? Play is a form of education. You don't want to stop the children playing, because that's when they can make up, stories, that they can pretend that a banana is a phone. So on the other side, when we're adults, we have to bring in fun and creativity, and have drawings and play with colorful markers. I think I bought the silly scented marker, and you remember when you used to smell them at school and sometimes you might get high on them, right? So it's really important that we do bring such fun in. All right, so those are the things that I have from my bullet journal. Let me know who is still here, and we can go on for maybe another 10-15 minutes, because then now let's look at some plants. Okay, so maybe I'm going to fill up these pages with some plants, and here I'm going to use my felt tip marker, because all you got to do is draw lines. You don't need to color this in. And again, the plants don't have to make sense. So what I'm doing now is I'm just looking at Pinterest. So again, check my the description. I've got the Planner Doodles inspiration board that I've added different yes, dancing, yes, love that show too. Yes, you are right, that's wild. Love that show, isn't it funny? All right, so again, right, so just a branch, and then this time, instead of drawing the tiny leaves, let's draw long thin leaves. Okay, and then just go to around the side of the stick or the branch. Okay, so this is nice on the side of your planner pages. Right, done. And then you can leave it at that. Okay, I thought I had another page that I was showing. I knew I bookmarked here. Okay, see what I did with all these different botanical stuff, and at the bottom here I just had lots and lots of lines. And again, this is a great mindfulness activity. If you're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, just draw lots and lots of lines, and then draw all these different type of plants and flowers. Okay, so there's one there where it's just thin leaves. Okay, maybe another one again is there's a branch, and then maybe shorter leaves that's a little bit more clustered. Okay, ta-da, and just go. Or even like what are they called? The lavender, you know, the lavender flowers. Okay, and then another one is make the leaves, make them solid color. So you don't have to go and try and figure out whether these plants are real. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can make it up. You can make a plant that has triangle leaf. Okay. What else? Another one is sort of like a dandelion, or like, you know, starburst, or like fireworks, right? Do an asterisk and then just add little circles at the end. Right? So then if there's a space there that has a nice, you know, sort of like I'm making, just make the circles all around. And then the other one that I did was just draw, the circle doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, the more imperfect the better. Okay, and then just draw, let's do a green. Okay, what else do I have that's on here? Yeah, you can do it any color. Right. These little circle ones here where it's just the lines, you can just draw a small one, and then that's how you can maybe highlight the date. Okay, so then you can do another circle one and then have the middle as the date. Okay, so if you don't have stickers, and then these circles, you can use different colored pens. So see how that just provides just a little bit of oomph to your planner page. I started watching it on Hulu. Golden Girls. I love seeing all the, so Facebook, you know, will show bits and pieces of different TV shows that are, you know, I used to watch, and yeah, or that's how I find movies that I would never know when they just show a short clip of it. And I went, what's the name of that? So I'll go to the comments because everyone else is asking, what's the name of the movie? What's the name of the movie? And then I go and see if it's on Amazon, you know, Prime, Amazon TV. All right, see if it's there. So then you can do circles like that. Okay, let me see. I didn't earmark some other one. What else? What's this one? What is this one? Oh yeah, and so again, I won't go through. For those of you going into your summer, you know, you can do watermelon. There's a, you know, a nice cold drink. Do music notes. Here is a lime or a lemon. It's just a circle with little tiny triangles in between. And then you can get a little bit fancier with tops and bikinis, kite, underwear with hearts, you know, ice cream, barbecue. So then you can have a look. Oh, there's a little envelope, or this one I think more postcard. Okay, a sausage on the fork for hats. Okay, so there's different type of doodles you can add. Oh, and here's sort of like a dandelion. So let's show that one because that's a nice pretty one. As you can see, what was this for? My mood tracker. So my April mood tracker back in 2018. So all it is again, let's start a new page. So just follow along, and then you can, here you can have in the corner, so just a straight line, and then lots of these different lines like that. Okay, so it's like an umbrella, a broken umbrella. And then at the end of each one, just more broken umbrellas. Broken umbrellas. Broken umbrellas, and it's just the what do you call it, the wire. Okay, and let's do another one here, and maybe let's make it a little bit fuller and do some more at the bottom. And then you can have one that's falling, little tiny little, right, falling ones. And then what you can do is if you have a nice, maybe your gratitude journal, right, in the corner, have something like that, and then just frame it. Okay, make the ends cross like that, so it has a nice frame. You can do 2 lines, or if maybe on a special occasion for that day and you want to frame maybe you know, memory photos, so if you want that to continue on there. Okay, look at that. And then you can then embellish it, you know, write down today's win of the day is, you know, I went and did a lot of nice, cute little doodles for my, to embellish my planner page. Or, you know, got to hang out with my plannerette community again. All right, so then that's that. All right, so what do we think so far? Now I'm just having a look, the poll, when I asked a poll countdown timer, and a lot of you said the 2 to 3 minute one, which is normally what I have, which is about a length of a song. And so, okay, I will keep it at that. And I think it's a good opportunity for when you do get the notification that I am on live, and then you can come and have a look. All right, so there we are. Let me quickly have a look if there's anything else that I want to, maybe again, let's do some combines of a couple of different things. So let's do a speech bubble. So remember, you can do the speech bubble any shape you want with a heart. Or you can even do, yay, thank you, Ronnie Cat. Or you can even do maybe you know, an emoji face, and then that could be like your mood log in the morning. Maybe do a mood log in the beginning of the day, something like this, and then at the bottom you can have a mood log as well. Another way to draw a rose. Okay, so I'm going to go do it here. So remember, I'll make it big so you can see how I did it. So you can just do squiggly spiral. Okay, and then that's a rose. Okay, there's the little leaf. Another one is draw a circle and then draw like a triangle like this. So it looks like it's a close bud, you know, rose bud. So that one, just play around, make sort of like you're doing a triangle, but don't have the triangle. So it's like triangle. So instead of doing it from the top, you're making it like that. Did you see? So turn, 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 turn. So it's, instead of a spiral, you're doing a triangles shapes. So I'll do it again because I figured out how to do it. So if it's a small one, so just a small circle, and then we're going to do a continuous line of triangles. So that way, and just keep hitting the side of each of the side of the triangle, and then that one. And then if you want to do 3 of them in a cluster, okay, dun 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 dun, and you're going to make the noise as well. And then the other one that's in my Planner Doodles Inspiration Pinterest board, it's like a we already know how to draw a flute, right? So it's like a short champagne flute. So instead of a long one, so there's the rosebud, and then you just do the spiral inside, like sideways, and then just do a simple stem and rose. Okay, so again, a flat spiral like that, and then the little bud. And if you wanted, you can even have it, you know, like as if that's the petal of the bud. All right, so what else? I think there's lots in there, so have a look. Maybe a tulip. Let's do one more. I'm just checking the time. All right, so a tulip is sort of like a leaf shape. And then look at that. Look at that. And then you can do a nice long, right? And then your long, thin leaf. And you can even make the leaf bend. Looks like it's like a bunny ear. All right, so let's do a small one. Maybe in the corner, and you just want to do a small little tulip. Okay, so like a teardrop or a squished egg, like Easter egg, all right? And then, because I know a lot of you are going into your spring, so you'll want to do lots of nice, cute little flowers, and then just a nice thin stem, and then the long, thin leaf. All right, and you can leave it at that. All right, what do we think? Give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this doodles. We've done a lot today. Okay, tulips, roses, speech bubbles, botanical, open book, a TV, the spine of books, Polaroid, movie clapper, a little envelope, different branches with different sized leaves, champagne flute, a tiny little bee, a paper aeroplane, champagne glasses clinking for when you have celebrations to mark down, little starburst, different shaped speech bubbles, an envelope, front of it, the back of it, a coffee cup, mason jars, milk bottle jars with flowers, more leaves, cactus, what do you call these, roses. Okay, and I guess the final one is that we can do is the weather. The weather's easy. Sun, okay, and then I just do a line at 12 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and then in between. Nice sun. You can even, if you want, draw a nice little happy face. Cloudy, right? Base of the clouds, and then just like that, it's a cloudy day. It's a overcast day. Okay, so there's the cloud, but the sun is peeking through. Okay, there, catching just the end. Hello, Gail. Nice to see you. Catching. Yes, I'm nearly towards the end. Because hubby and the young son are off on their longer Friday excursion. Hardware store, that's what it's called, because I was telling the do-it-yourself handyman store, hardware store. My brain fog is always showing up during my live stream. So we got a sunny day, a cloudy day, an overcast day. Again, let's do a rainy day. So just the line at the bottom, so you can do this at the top of your page, and then just little rain. Okay, what else? A stormy day. All right, so again the clouds, and then with the you can just draw, I'm going to draw with a erasable, so you can just draw a lightning like that, or you can thicken it up and just like that. All right, a windy. Whoosh. One wind swirls, wind swirls, wind swirls. Okay, and then of course for those of you that get the snow, we don't get snow here in Sydney, and then you got snow. Okay, what else is there? What other weather? We had rain and hail. Yeah, you can do hail, the little hail like that. All right, so then there's the weather. I think, yep, so there's plenty there. Oh, let's just do a few more. Okay, so little notes, little post-it notes. So this is a good one to do. So of course you can just do a normal post-it note like that. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can do a post-it note like that, and you can even do a what do you call it? What is this? A pin, right? You can do a pin like that. Labradoodle is Gail. Yes. So Amy is Creativity Playground from yesterday. Trying to recall your name. Yes. Gail is Labradoodle Dandies. Loving it. Okay. So and then you can write down lovely little note for yourself. So that's a simple post-it note. Or the other one is draw the corner like that, but then the one corner of it, curve it, so don't have a pointy corner. And then what you can do, so this bit here, it can look like it's an upturned post-it note. All right, so there's that one. You are good, Marianne. Is Starkist, Starkist is Victoria. So yes, I remember when I first started live streaming, and then yes, everyone's handle's not their real name. So if they allow me, or they share their first name, because I know Ronnie Cat is actually Veronica. So, but she's always been called Ronnie Cat, she said. So, or sometimes I'll just say, "Hey Star," or but yeah. So, Starkist is Victoria. Okay, so you can have like that. And then, of course, another great note one is, so instead of a post-it note, make it rectangular and then add little circles as if it's, what do you call it, hole punch. Add a line for margins, and then you can draw little lines. So it's like a little notebook. All right, so that's another one. And then you can, pop on there, you can do it. Okay, so little positive. Last night was late for me. Yes. Oh, good. I love that Elle's always, if not every time I'm on, majority of the time. So I appreciate all of you that help support me by keeping me company and having fun with me. Right, so we've got post-it notes, we've got little notepads, and then another good one if you want to write or box in any of your top priorities and you want to make it stand out. Another one is maybe do, again, rectangle, and then at the top I want you to draw little circles evenly spaced as best as you can. And then we're going to do like a C. See? From the middle of the hole, and curve it and then make it go around. And now you have created like a spiral notebook. Okay, so then it looks like there's a few pages there. Let's do some lines here and some lines there, and then you can put in let's do 10:30 a.m. doctor's visit, or vet visit, or whatever it is. Okay, so that's another one. And here is one of the ones I like to do, but this one you have to go and think about it a little bit more. This is when I'm going to use my pencil, and I bet you I have no pen. Yes, I do have a lead pencil, and I'm going to zoom in, because what I want you to, that's too much. Okay, so let's say this is the space we're going to draw a little. It's going to look like you have torn a page from a spiral notebook. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw circles first. So circle. Okay, so do it in pencil. Let's say this is a long piece of notebook. Okay, and then with this, so it's going to look like it's torn, I want you to draw just the two lines like this first. Okay, so this is just your pencil marking. And then with your marker or your permanent pen or whatever, what we're going to do is we're going to follow the line here and then those 2 lines, and make it look like we have torn the page out of a spiral notebook. Okay, so then there's that line. And so if we want to make that corner look like it's turning up, don't do a sharp corner. Make it rounded. And then that's when you can do like a little triangle shape there. And then you can go and get maybe a red pen. So I'm just doing this because I want to show how big it is. And then maybe a light blue pen for the lines. Look at that. Look at that. It looks like it's a page that's been torn out of a notebook, a school notebook. That's one of my go-tos. And then what you can do is grab a gray marker. So this N95 is one of the lighter ones. And then at the bottom, just go and highlight the bottom section, and then so bottom and right hand side. So it looks like the light source is coming from this way, and then it's creating the shadow. What do we think? What do we think? I try to watch and like your videos to help you out. Well, you being here, Ronnie Cat, is enough, because then the number of people that are in here is saying that, hey, there are people watching this lady. She must be interesting to keep them on her video, because that's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants people to stay on YouTube and not go to their other social media platforms. So if they see that, hey, there are people in her live stream that are staying and then are engaging, that are liking, that are commenting in the chat, then it's going to say, you know what, Ronnie Cat has the same viewing as this other person that's on YouTube. I'm going to show it to them. So YouTube actually doesn't go and promote the videos to everyone. It'll go, you know what, that video is liked by that person and their viewing patterns. If that person who's similar, who also likes, planning accounts and, doodles and watching live stream, we might also show it to these people. So that is how you help me. So you help me by being here, by liking, by chatting. That's why I even like thumbs up and yes and me, short answers. It is saying, it is like a hit, saying that, oh, there are people there. It's like, it's like a party. Imagine a party where people go in and then go out, and I was like, oh, this party's boring. We won't promote it to anyone. All right. So you being here, Ronnie Cat, is enough, but even more so when you do like my videos. Marianne, you would be a natural as a corporate trainer. I used to do training for the big the companies I used to work for. They'd always ask me, can you train the accounts that we have. So yes, I do love it. It's something that I think I excel at. It's because I know for me as a learner, I want someone to don't just go do this, do this, do this, do this. I like when they give me examples that I can relate to. So thank you, Gail. You're so nice. I got to go 2 a.m. in a few. Need to be up at 4 a.m. Oh, thank you for all the cool doodle ideas. We'll watch later. They're super cute drawings. Mwah, Victoria, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. And I think that's probably a good little sign off for me. So if you are watching on replay, please also like and share. It'll help me. It'll tell me that you're enjoying it and help my channel as well. And so also just make sure to check the link for my Pinterest board titled Planner Doodle Inspiration. There's more there, so I'll add more, and then what I'll do is then I'll create maybe other videos because I've still got 16 more days to go in my 30-day mindful messy challenge, and I appreciate you joining along and being part of my lovely live stream and my videos, and me hopefully giving you some inspiration and ideas. Thank you so much, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. What's tomorrow? Saturday. I'll probably do a review of how I'm going with the goals I have set for myself for March. And then Sunday, come back because we'll do a brain dump with me. And I'll make sure now, because this will be my third, we'll just do it like quick, you know, as in, this is why we're doing it. Let's put the 10-minute timer on. Now let's go. And so then I'll keep it to half an hour for that one. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you, and see you all again next.